There's a half frozen lizard outside. Just kidding. Not half frozen, but it's pretty chilly. I don't know. It's low 60s. The thing kind of just sank. And I'm not used to that. Normally they're kicking, thrashing for quite a while. And I half feel like I need to save the thing. I don't think he's gonna die that way until the Goby eats him, but this is kind of wild. I'm not even joking. That thing was not pre-frozen. Literally just found outside next to a Cuban tree frog. It is a brown anole and invasive here in Florida. Oh, well, there's something. And there's the end. He gets quite a few of the brown anoles. We're trying to bring back the green anole population around the house. We've only got like, I don't know, there's 3 on the back patio. And I guess 1 or 2 out front. Definitely a female that hangs out front. I think there's a male as well, but we don't see him or haven't in a while. I'm not gonna sit here and record him eating the thing because it will take a hell of a long time. And he generally will get the tail long before the body. This is a Bashir, B-I-C-H-I-R, or Dinosaur Goby. And they have a hell of a lot of personality if you put them in a small tank. And this guy's still showing most of it to interact by coming up to the glass and physically looking at you. I mean, you can tell it has some knowledge of us actually being there. Unlike most fish, you see nothing from them. They'll eat. Focus better for real. The lighting's pretty bad though. This thing generally, if it's gonna eat one of these, it'll swallow them pretty much whole. But like I said, it'll get the tail long before it gets the body. Usually it'll have to find the thing again. This time it was pretty easy because, like you saw, it just kind of sank. I guess it's a temperature thing. I don't know. This thing likes sinking pellets most of the time. Anything else, it has to kind of track it down. if it can get out of water. You'll see what I've done up here. Yes, I know that's close to the water. I did that so it wasn't in camera view, because otherwise it would have been smack dab in our face, guys. So let's set that in there like that again for now. Let me see the plants I have in here. Low lying plants, water plants, things that'll survive in the more dense water. What is this? Pothos and some type of tube vine. That's actually what I grow on my lattice outside. So now it doesn't want to focus on it at all. Probably because of glare. You can see that in the corner. But this fish will wait that lizard out. That lizard will drown. Probably already has, is what it's looking like. And then it will slowly eat it. It'll eat the tail, it'll eat a couple legs off, and then it'll come back and finish the body later. Pretty gruesome. Nothing goes to waste. And it has a good appetite. And you can see the belly. And that's also how it's turned, but it has a belly. And it doesn't seem to grow much, and that's probably because we don't have warm temperatures on this tank. As you see, since we moved them, since we moved this tank in here, you can see right now, 64. It is not 15 humidity. It's probably about 75. That thing was in the moss tank and kind of went out, started failing. But temperature is 64 in this room, so that means it's probably low 50 outside, because I keep this house pretty much about 16 degrees warmer out floor. The house I can keep warmer if I try. But I generally don't try. For the animals I do, like Phoenix. You can see him right now. He's just chilling. He knows I'm even talking about him. Looking over. He is loving this new tank. I just sprayed him too. I know it's kind of chilly, but hopefully he doesn't come this way. He's a looking though. I mean, he was. No, he is. I'm just kidding. I thought he closed his eye. What are you doing? Yeah, I leave his tank open. We do find him out here. And lately the dogs have been interacting with him through his open cage, which is kind of awkward, but yeah, we keep an eye on that. I keep the door closed, keep them out of here in case he wants to get on the floor. And I'm in here enough, and I leave it closed when I'm not here, when I'm working and stuff. Well, this is very enjoyable. A little bit of action compared to what I've been having in my life. No, haven't been out herping is what I mean. It's been boring. Haven't actually had any lizards to do this in a while, where my populations are getting lower, which is a good thing. It's definitely a good thing. Skinks. I got a couple of, what are they, two-line skink? Something like that. They've got blue tail on the females and a red head on the males. Pretty cool skink. I really like. So what'll happen is he'll let go of that at some point. Like, he'll break something off, they'll get to eat it, and that lizard will go floating. So at that point, he will search the whole entire tank looking for it. It takes a little bit of time. It's like he can't see, but
a couple of years ago found out with my squirrel tree frogs that he can jump out of the water, and we started giving him Cuban tree frogs at that point. I don't know if the toxins hurt him. I don't know. I cannot answer that. I can show you some things like the praying mantis. Ate 2 of them, had 2 crickets in between those 2, and shortly after that we found him deceased, which was pretty sad because I loved him. He was a lot of fun, or she was a lot of fun to feed. I mean, I've got more than enough crickets now. This is my new population I'm trying to seed. And you can see in here, my little guys are getting big. And there's still some real tiny ones being born. You can see some, well, there was one. You guys want us to check that out or just stick to what we're doing? That's another video in itself, right? Very cool fish. Hopefully in time I'll be able to get a second one of these, and we'll possibly have them in a big tank breeding. I don't know what we're gonna do, and I've got to do more research. Right now we're acclimating the axolotl to the Florida weather, and we're gonna see how that goes. It seems to be going extremely well. Come on, focus in. How's that? Hours to eat. Hours. Oh, he let it go and it didn't float. I guess I should have thought about that. It sank originally, so what the hell? Yeah, the thing wasn't dead, but it definitely didn't try to run much. Oh, well, you'll get the tail here in a second, huh? Actually, they normally detach the tail, so let's see what happens, I guess. Ooh, he didn't like that. Alright guys, I'm gonna go play some Ark. You guys have fun. The Pac-Man, you see them? Swelling up with water. I mean, literally swelling back there. The other one? Buried itself. it's under there. Plant collection. We're getting a few of these ready to hopefully in the future be able to start selling little by little. We'll see what happens. These aren't going to be all things they'll be pre-acclimated to a what is that, 6500 Kelvin, which is daylight. Yep, 6500 K at 20 watts. These are LED. The wattage doesn't matter, whatever you're using at home. The lumen only needs to be for whatever distance. Lumen is your how bright it is. Not how bright, that's bad wording. It's like the distance it's gonna shine. I guess I don't know how to explain that necessarily, but I know what I'm trying to say. It's not like Kelvin. Kelvin's gonna be your like closer to sun or not, your wavelengths. That's gonna be your radiation you want, and the certain radiation is what these plants are looking for. I don't look at it like light. I look at it purely like radiation. And a phosphorus being lit for an LED is radiation, or puts off radiation. But anyway, it's small. And people say glass is bad, but we definitely use a glass bulb around a phosphorus tube. I want to take these plastic covers off, but I got to do with what I got going because I couldn't take them off, not without destroying something. And I wasn't prepared to do that as well. So anyway, I got a little bit of everything. I don't know what a lot of these are. I'm bad with plant names. I guess somewhere in here I gotta learn. Some of these are just little tree type things that don't get very big or too big. I got Raven ZZs in here I'm learning on those, how to reproduce those and root them. Some of these other things, that stuff. Oh, I don't know where the name is. No, I know where it is. It is called a houseplant. Definitely called a houseplant. Wow. And it enjoys medium light. I definitely would call this low light. So, like I said, I've got to get a few things, names, stuff like that. Some of these, I mean, like, this stuff back here, look at this. Just went down the road, picked it up well, technically I was on a delivery and I was at an apartment complex, but their whole fucking yard next to the buildings is full of this. So I just took one branch, literally one small, you see, from there to here. That's all I have. And I'm gonna reroot that. I'm gonna cut them as it fucking spreads. You see some things I'm trying to plant here. Japanese plum. I've got whatever I found in the Everglades seed-wise. It sounded like a rain. That weird thing. I'm trying to root that. This is like a red blueberry. They were definitely blueberries, but they're red in my fridge, so I don't know what the hell it is. The guy that gave me the 350 tank had those in his backyard, and we went out and picked some of them. So hopefully we'll get some of these growing. And then I have a cypress over here. Cypress, I've been trying for years, a couple years. I'm not successful with that. Not one bit. Yeah. So, in the future, either way, I'm gonna have some plants. The cypress, I am looking to adjust to an aquarium. I mean, just because that would be so freaking cool. Get it growing, and if I can see the rooting, then I can trim the rooting. The fern came from my moss tank. And then this thing right here is this. I'm not sure what that's called either. But these things, this is about as big as they get. Maybe a little thicker around. I'd like to acclimate. I'd like to have some of these for aquarium use as well. They do have flowers. It's like a stem, long branch they put out, and then yeah, has a bunch of little flowers on it. So, and then other shit. Like, I don't even have a name with this. It's probably on the bottom. Ooh, or right here. Let's see, guys. Let's see. Shingle vine. Shingle vine. And I got this purely for aquarium use and reproducing. That's what we're working on now. This one twig came all the way down. I'll stuff that back in there. Anyway, it's definitely moving. One of them's not. This other one hasn't done much at all, but the one branch has gone all the way around. So I'm trying to get this one growing, and then I can be able to sell that as well. Really, I'm just going to Lowe's, picking up some of these, especially the ones that I feel like are fairly uncommon. And the other big thing is I'm driving all the time. So the other day I was able to get an damn, forget the name now. Yeah, whatever that crap is I put out in my pond, I'm trying to get it to root, and then I'm going to I'm going to chop it for once it roots. Once I get it rooted well, I'm going to chop that branch and regrow it from that little bit. And we'll see how that goes. My moss tank here, clean some of this off real quick. Get all this away. I'll just toss that crap on the floor. Okay, so you can see all the new plants I'm trying to grow. These things I'm trying to get rooted. I believe that's starting to. I can see. Let's do it like so. Maybe I can get closer. So on that, you saw the white dots. I believe those are my roots coming out. These have no white dots, and hopefully in a couple weeks, well, that sucks. It's trying to focus on the for the front. So anyway, just trying to get some of these rooted. This is one of those big elephant ears, not the small ones. And really, it was just teeny tiny. It's regrown 2 or 3 of those now, and the other original ones died. So I'm hoping that grows. And that's, like I said, those big, giant, real elephant ears, the wavy ones and everything, not the smaller ones that are annoying and spread everywhere over your yard. That's those little tree things. It's actually a weed, but I've never really seen it till this year, this type. There's another type of weed that's outside like this. This is actually the tree. This could get big, but I'm gonna keep it small. But anyway, that was closer to those ferns I got in North Carolina, and I'd like to go back and get more of those ferns. Like that was, I mean, the trip up there, that environment is just so relaxing. But get a couple plants. This time of year, they acclimate better to this where we are. You can see my moss is still trying to grow back from the crickets that I've had in here. I wish I never did that. There are isopods from that last North Carolina trip too. They came in. Did I put that moss in here last time? I think I did that upper portion. Maybe not been that. But anyway, some moss I put in here. It may have been what was right here. And then I put a seed in, and I had maggots like eating it. They were like maybe a fruit fly, I don't know, but I cleared that whole section out. Haven't had any issues since, and the food right here is for the isopods. It doesn't need much. I've definitely seen one right up in here, in those holes, and that was within the past 2 or 3 days. Mosses that I got going, can we see from up here? Kinda. I can move this, but I'm not taking that off. My turtle's up there as well.
That wasn't mine. That was found in a ditch and left down south. So until it rotted. So my moss is over here. You can see, well, kind of dirty too. It's getting humid in there because I put the other glass on again. Still got a few tadpoles. Barking tree frog. Ended up with a green tree frog tadpole that I had caught out back and put in here. These are the tadpoles that came from out back. As it's gotten cold, I've slowly put more and more in here. 2 tadpoles that were, oh, they weren't tadpoles, they were froglets with tails. Oh, they're outside with the other tree frogs because they were freaking out earlier when I fed them. And I did not want that going on. Yeah. Anyway. So, you guys, hope you had a great Thanksgiving. I was here at the house. I wanted to record for y'all, but it didn't work out as intended because life never does. And at the moment, I'm not fully in control of my life, it feels like. But anyway, you guys have a wonderful evening. Like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys around. Oh, and hey, watch those hiking videos. It's just pure freaking adult humor. Like, no joke. And we find things that I don't really point out ahead of those videos. But anyway, have fun. See y'all later. I said I misted him earlier. How about this? People tell you don't put a water dish with a bearded dragon. It's useless. This motherfucker crawls in this. This is the biggest water dish I have at the moment, too. Well, rock design, at least. Anyway, Phoenix here. Hey, bud. Crawls in his water dish. So I'm definitely going to spray him again. In fact... the hell did I do with it? Oh, it's still right here. Oh my gosh. Anyway, so you see, guys, they tell you don't spray or don't leave a water dish. If you leave a water dish, he'll tell you what he wants. He knows what's up. He's over here putting his body in the way he knows. I've never actually seen him do this. I've seen him use this water dish like 3 times in the freaking year I've had him. Whoa, okay, that's not cool. What are you doing? I don't like his head under. That's scary. He knows what he's doing, I guess. Hey, bud. Thanks for the show. Thanks for the show, Phoenix. Thanks, bud. Hi. Hi. And to me, it looks like he didn't even soak up any water. Guess I should feed him a little more. He's kind of getting low here. Anyway, have a good evening again.